Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas. So, as you can tell from the backdrop and my t-shirt, we are playing Star Trek Captain's Log. Yes, it is an Aliens t-shirt. That is a joke. So, we are on episode 15 of this, our first series of Captain's Log. We are on our second act of our I called it UAP because of the orbs that were attacking us, or the drones that were attacking the Rumta last session. I don't know what this would be. A return to the Titan? How about return to the Titan? We will call this return to the Titan. So we have return to the Titan from Adventure Before Last a few episodes ago, where we will catch up with Captain Matane, that means immediately in Dutch, as the USS Rumta, which means space in Dutch, moves alongside this gigantic Titan, and shall we just see? Well, we'll see the Rumta alongside the Titan, but I think we will rejoin Matane with his away team actually on board the Titan. So what they need to do, so we will go, what shall we say? Stardate 5235.4, Captain Matane of the USS Rumta. We have returned to the Titan, where we investigated back in Stardate 5007.2. We have just survived an attack from some strange drones that seem to originate from the Titan. The Titan is emitting waves of controlling energy that seems to direct the actions of these drones using some form of psionic force. Our science team on board the Titan, one of the science teams on board the Titan has reported a spike of energy coming from some strange dimensional rift power source that has struck a member of their team, killing them outright. This seemed to awaken some systems within the Titan, and we have begun picking up an additional signal, a technological source signal that we cannot work out what it is from within the Titan. Our only recourse, as far as my team and myself can see, is to board the Titan and find the source of that energy and try to stop it, contain it, or understand it. And we will leave it. I think that works. It's a bit, I mean, there are other people here, so reality-wise, our Rumta probably wouldn't get a look in. But we did ask, didn't we ask the Admiral the other day? We did, didn't we? And we said that that was a yes. So we are on board. So we're already on board the Titan. There is the team. Who have we taken? We will say there is, of course, Relic. There will be, let's put Jay. Jay is with us. Do you remember Jay? Security Officer Jay? Sec Officer Jay is with us. Can't see why Sue would be with us. And maybe a yellow shirt engineer. Maybe an ensign. Would we bring an ensign? Why not bring an ensign? What shall our ensign's name be? Let's name our ensign. Who wrote this book? Lecus. Ensign Lecus. Ensign Lecus. So there's, at the moment, there's the four of us. There's Matane, Relic, Science Officer Security Officer Jay, and a Ensign Lecus. Would there be a yellow shirt, or would they be, what's blue? Blue is science, isn't it? They would be a blue shirt. Maybe Jay, two science security officers? No, just the four of us. Away teams, 4 sounds like a good number for a away team. Just enough to get yourselves in trouble. So, on board the Titan, this is a different part of the Titan, so it hasn't got the same look. So that other section of the Titan, where it looked like there were bodies all over the place because they had sort of attacked themselves or attacked each other. Maybe there's less of that here, or none of that here. And Matane and Relik, who were both on board the first time, will take note that this looks different, and that they will mention that there are none of the bodies that were in the other section. The light, let's say the lighting is different here. Let's say, or let's roll on these. Let's roll on this verb. What have we got? We have a 31. Talent of the Bell. Detonate. Blow up crystals, charges, or scratch. Okay, so it does look like there has been damaged here. So the area does look damaged. So maybe this is the bit where the psionics functioned, and that's why when the rest of the ship went berserk and this bit got damaged, they locked themselves away. So that maybe that's why, that is why that happened here, but we don't know that. So what are we going to do? So the first thing we want to do as our first scene, so I can't see this as having many scenes, and then we need to meet them and then start initiating communication with them, and we will try and strike up a deal with them by the end of this story. But the first bit is we need to do some work to find out let's find out where the energy core source, the energy core is at the moment. So if we find out where the energy core is, we'll have River Matane is going to Insight 8 and Science, which gives us a 12. Scanners out. We've got scanner operations is one of River's focuses. We've also got negotiations, so we could try negotiating with them when we find them, if we find them. So we are going to tricorders out, try and locate what direction these corridors. They're quite, so in my mind's eye, whereas in the last place I saw them as being dirty and dark, in my mind's eye I'm seeing this place as it's activated. So the gravity is more in false, though there are some bits scarring on the walls of some damage and some explosions have occurred. Mostly it's very brightly lit, and it's quite clean and it's clear and it's quiet. The most I can probably see in my mind's eye is there's a gentle hum. We would have the whole team wearing the more lightweight, small faceplate environmental suits to protect them because we don't know what's going on. Matane is going to run some scans and try and locate the energy source. 12s. Failing, I never looked that up. Failing to locate the energy source. Or we could always embarrass him. Okay, we will do that. We're going to do that. We're going to throw in a little bit of humour in. We're going to say, we're going to have Matane step forward, be very brash, saying, "Don't worry, I'll find where this source is." And he's going to. So this is let the team do that. This will be let the team. Well, actually, we're just going to we'll use up. No, will we? We're going to roll for Relik. If Relik succeeds, then Relik can succeed. Otherwise, we're going to burn the value, let the team do the job, and we will make Relik succeed in this. So, Matane fails. Relik has a senses of 7, has a 10. Relik fails. We burn the value, let the team do the job to have. So we want to replace that with don't push forwards. Don't assume you're better. So Matane steps forwards, assuming that he's going to be able to get the scan to work, that nobody else can. We'll give that as a success because we burnt the value. And then because of that failure, we burn the value, let the team do the job, as Matane realizes that it's foolish to always assume that just because he's the senior that he knows how to do it, and really Relik is much better at this, and the proper thing that a leader should do is lead, not try and steal the glory. And so Matane will apologise to Relik as Relik steps forward and shows Captain Matane their scanner results, which show the direction to head in for to find the source of the energy, where they will then proceed to head in that direction. Science Officer J, who has a long arm, so he has a long arm, he has a long arm, he's going to proceed up front, making sure that everything is you know, copacetic. I don't know if that's the correct usage of that word. And they patrol forwards. So we've got that psionics, it's damaged in the area. Methane failed that, but we twisted it into a success by consuming the value, which generates the new value. Don't assume you're better. We will then have methane is then going to be moving forwards. Now let's have a sign of something. Is there anything I can use these matrices and actually use one of the matrices from the book? All right, we're going to roll on the locations by theme table and then on the subtable that comes off it and try and interpret the result to work with this area here. So black is the locations by theme and green is the subtable. So we have a 14, which is military, and then we have a 10. So what do we have as a 10 under military? And let's see if we can interpret that as it would work with this. Military with a 10, the location is currently under attack by a different faction of the species that owns it. Well, that does throw in that there could be maybe some other people have awoken. Maybe all right. How about we will have that? Actually, we will have that. And so what we're going to have is that we're going to come. We approach an area, and we can hear gunfire. You know, phaser fire. We can hear phaser fire. And as we approach, there are some uniform-clad. So there's people in the gowns, and they're using a weapon very similar to the one whoever those people in the Myconian level in Foundation, where glowy sort of torch thing, and then they throw a force out. Whatever that is. I've never read Foundation. That's my plan for the aeroplane. Now I'm going to try reading Foundation on the aeroplane whilst over to Belgium. It's like a 22-hour flight, 24-hour flight. No, 26-hour flight, including, it might be longer including stopover. And so I might be able to get part way through it. I also want to finish the Murderbot series. I'm on book 3. And so there's a bunch of uniformed people wearing standardy type of uniforms, and these cloaked figures, and they are fighting, and then we can include ourselves in. We will have, let's think, how are we going to do this with a 3-way fight? And who do we side with? We're going to observe, okay? We're going to observe them. They're going to both of these lot are going to be on full clocks of 3 each. We are going to say that they have 10s. We're going to go for our psionics as being our primaries. We're going to give them 10s to see if they can defeat the others. They get a strong hit, so they get the equivalent of momentum, which would be 2 hits on them. So they are quite powerful, but there's many more of these. There's twice as number, so there'd be 4 of the uniforms who've now got knocked down to 2, and the 2 cloaked ones. And then we can see if the cloaked ones can. So we know there's something going on. Actually, why doesn't this scene, right? This scene, Return to the Titan. This scene is just purely going to be, we're going to call it a success, because this is purely going to be, and then they need to roll again. Single hit, 1 damage, does the 3 damage needed. Okay, so this scene is purely us coming into the corridor. There's some gunshots going on down this corridor, phaser fire, and also this big light burst going, lighting up the corridor, and then it goes back to normal dimness again. And we are able to we stick our heads around the corner, and we can see that down this end there are 2 people in sort of Jedi garb, hoods up, and down that end They're behind some crates that are trying to do tactical military maneuver to encroach upon the Jedis. Are these 4 people in uniform. As we look, this blast hits 2 of them in the chest simultaneously. You get thrown backwards against the wall, chest sizzling, and we turn to look, and one of the cloaked ones has fled off down the corridor, as the other one fires 2 bursts, hitting the last 2 who go flying over, and then that one splits. So this scene is just us coming into that. Yeah, okay, maybe there's some sort of renegade force. Maybe they were, maybe if we go round to what we originally started on, which was research and development, deflector upgrade, explore, build, quarantine, unexpected attack. Maybe they're scientists, the Jedis are scientists who were doing experiments that the military people didn't want to happen, which caused this whole thing to happen in the first place. That rift being awoken a few of the people. These are trying to contain them and stop them from making matters worse, and they have now buggered off. So we've got 4 injured people that we want to go and do some medical stuff to bring round so as we can get this information. Cool. All right, next scene. That will then lead us into the final act of confronting these ones, and then we can get these people. So instead of the Psionics being the ones we want to make contact with, it's the rest of the inhabitants who are locked away somewhere on the Titan. So, medical. We rush over to, who have we got? So, Matane has got a 9. It's either reason or insight. It's either going to be a 9 or a 12. And we would have, I don't know, Jay. Jay might have medical, no? Yeah, let's have Jay do it. Let's have a security officer. Oh no, we've got the science officer, Ensign Leckus. So Ensign Leckus is going to rush over, and Leckus has a senses of 7 and medicine of 2, giving us a 9, which is about as good as Matane is. So Leckus is going to go over, crouch to a knee, medical tricorder out of special pouch on back, run it over. Come on, Leckus. We've got a 1 and a 10. 10 being a fail, but 1 being a success. We can say that we have stabilised one of the geezers. Let's see if we can just get a momentum. We could get them up and talking. Come on. And then we're going to have, then Matane is going to step in. Matane has an insight of 8, medicine of 1. That gives a 9. Come on. No, that's a failure. What could we burn to get success to get our story? Because we want to get information out of them, but we can't, because that's their stabilised. So maybe all we can extend to is we've stabilised one of them. So one of them is injured but stabilised. Let's roll. Actually, there's matrix on injuries. Let's say we've got, so this is ship. Let's say it's a person. Let's go we've injured a person. Someone's injured. I thought there was a table here for injuries. Are you injured? Here we go. What type of injury? 14 compound fracture. So they've got rib cage, various different bones in their body are fractured. So they've got fractures, unconscious, which might help. So we are going to take. So we'll call that one I'm going to call that a failed scene because we haven't got what I wanted, which was the information about those 2. So, are we going to, I'm going to roll insight. What does Matane think is best to do? Something's going on here, clearly. We're going to have an 8 and a command of 3, which gives us an 11. If Matane rolls a success, Matane is going to work out, we want to get information from who we've got here. This dude is still alive. So let's find somewhere to patch this dude up and fix this dude and get asked this dude. If Matane fails, Matane is going to say, let's go track down those 2 because that might end up being worse, because really we need to find out the information that those 2 have caused this problem, because they might be able to fix the problem and then we can then side with these people and create first contact. So what have we got? We've got insight, we've got command, which is a 3, and so we've got 11s, haven't we? Command, which is a 3, insight, which is an 8, or we could have presence. No, insight, which is an 8. That's 11s. We get a 10, which is a single success, and a 19. So we get, well, at least we didn't get a threat. So we don't get a momentum. So Matane works out that we've got this dude here. We are going to try and take this dude to something medical. All right, so if we get, so Relic is going to run a scan and see Relic can find something around here which might be medical inclined. Relic is going to do computers and security, which is 11s. And if we can find, no, so we can't find, so we just go into so we just go into some normal barracks. We are going to, so we get no, so this is, so we've got scene, this is our 4th scene of Act 2. If we get a fail here, so we're not in a medical suite, we're in some normal rooms. The guy is badly injured, his body's got massive compound fractures. We're going to do one more medical test. If we fail, they die. If we succeed, they live. And we can be told the story. Now, if they fail, they die, and then we're going to have to try and find another angle to approach this story by, which is only tracking them down. And then we'll have to fight with those ones, but they're going to be hard to fight because they're tougher than we are. So we're in some sort of room. There's it looks like it looks like not like a barracks, like someone's quarters. There's a set of what looks like bunk beds, very similar to bunk beds. I mean, they are bipedal, so they probably have bunk beds the same way. There's different sort of knickknacks on the shelves. It's alien, but it's very familiar. Maybe there's something that's like a disc or something, and as we try and bundle the person onto the bed, it gets knocked, and a hologram of, like a spinning hologram of, I don't know, someone's parents, that looks like an older person is spinning. So assuming that this is a parental thing, so it's someone's private quarters, and we are going to attempt to do. We don't have any idea about the medicine, so we will attempt to do sensors and medicine, which is a 9 again, as Relic is going to now, Ensign Leckus didn't have much joy, so Relic is going to attempt to do a medical test. So we've got 7s and 2s, which is 9. That's a fail. Okay, so that fails. That's a failure. So the guy dies. That's our second failure on this. So the guy dies. Okay, so they're dead. So the only thing that then results with is try and track down the Jedi. Try and track down them, because we've got this guy died. We can't ask this guy the question about what went on, so we don't know that. So we still don't know what's going on. So Matane is going to be saying, look, what are we going to do? The only people that we know that are running around are those two. Let's go and try and find them. And then, so they will leave the room, put a blanket or something up over his head. Who's all, the front of his torso is all burnt. His body is looking a bit mangled. So we'll cover that dude over, and then it's going to try and find those two and work out what's going on. So we'll go tracking down the 2 Jedi. So that's the only bit that we've got. We've got our final scene. I thought this was going to be shorter. Our final scene. We're going to track them down and see if we find them. If we fail, they're going to ambush us and we're going to be taken captive. And next episode, we are captive, and we're going to have to deal with them basically interrogating us. If we succeed, then we find them and surprise them, and we'll end it there. So, Matane, is Matane going to step forward? Don't assume you're better. No, Matane will not step forward, even though Matane's got better skills. Matane is going to leave it to Jay, who is going to lead the hunt with Relic to try and use scanners and pick up on different, maybe that energy, maybe they're emitting that psionic energy, which makes it much easier for us to track them. So we will have a 7, and we'll use medicine because of the way so it gives us a 9. So we have Relic and Jay up front trying to lead forward, as we have Lecus and Matane at the back. Everyone's got phasers out. Everyone is being very careful as we're moving through trying to track down these 2 people and what they've got with them. We've got a single success. So we've got a single success. So we are manoeuvring ourselves towards them. Relic has picked up on the signal, and we are approaching them. Now if we get another success, then we will see them in some sort of laboratory or something working and trying to fix the problem, and then we can talk to them. If we do not get a single, if we get no successes, then we'll have the ambush. So this will be, let's do this as we will go weapons and security. So this is an 11. So this is us attempting to ambush them, as it were. A 2 and an 8. Yes. All right. So we will end that. We will have a momentum, but we'll burn that momentum straight away. This is a success on the last scene of Act 2, where we will come across them. Can we understand what they say? Yes. No matter 2 is a yes, no matter what. Even if it was very rare, that's a yes. So our universal translator, because of the work that they've been doing on this Titan before and the study they've done, understands their language. We will come around a corridor. We will get a chance to observe them before we will confront them, and we will hear them saying, so they are both, they will look very, so whereas the others looked very normal, these look genetically perfect. These are the psionics. They are talking to each other about the mistake and how to contain it. So then we will have Act 3 will be the away team helping the psionics to contain the rift, to not destroy the rift, but basically to de-escalate the rift, to get rid of the rift. And they will be talking between themselves about we need to turn the rift off, to power down the rift, and that is what's causing problem. And they don't know how long they were asleep for. And we will end that with Matane stepping forward, being followed by Jay, Relic and Lecus, and the Matane saying, maybe we can help you. And they look startled and turn and face us, and that's where we'll end Act 2 of Return to the Titan. Thank you very much. So next session, we want to work out what the mistake was. We want to help them turn off the rift, and we want to power down the rift and tell them how long they've been asleep for. Thank you so much if you're a subscriber. I very much do appreciate your subscription. If you are not yet a subscriber, do subscribe. It's very fun. Thank you so much to the Adventurers Guild for all of your support. The Adventurers Guild financially supports the production of these videos, and I am very, very grateful to them. If you would like to also support me, there are various ways to do it. You could join the YouTube membership, which is becoming a member of the Adventurers Guild. There are 2 tiers. The early doors gets early access, and there's Superfan Thank You, which supports the videos. You can purchase one of my books, which is on sale at Drive-Thru RPG. There are coffee thank yous and super fan thank yous. Various ways to support the production of these videos. I was made redundant in April, and so this is what I'm doing at the moment. This is how I'm attempting to eke out a meagre living before going across to Belgium, because we're migrating. Mandy is Dutch, and so Mandy's returning close as we can get easily, which is Belgium. We're going to go live there in Ghent. If you know the area, let me know. And that's it really. We'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.